Welcome to Flow Made Simple. I talk a lot on this channel about how to perform the 360, how to improve it, how to use it in flow, but I don't often talk about why this movement is so good and why I train with it. And today I want to talk about that and also particularly connect it to freediving, which is a sport that I got into in the last year or so. Tons of fun. It's a very different kind of flow state than mace flow, but it's also kind of the same in its own way. Spectacular sport. And this movement, the 360, has helped me with it tremendously for a few reasons that I want to explore here. And I'm particularly making this video because I have a freediving trip coming up in a few weeks. And so I'm kind of getting back in the swing of that, pun partially intended. So the reason I do the 360 is that it opens up my thoracic, my ribs, my back. It uses muscles in a very unique way, both in the opening action and in the contracting action. And that's been really valuable for me when I'm at pressure in freediving, because when you get about 30 meters down, you have a tremendous amount of pressure on you. I hope I'm not wrong in saying that I think it's 4 bar, because I believe it's 1 atmosphere at surface level, and then you increase an atmosphere every 10 meters. And so there's a lot of pressure. And the 360 has helped my body, specifically my upper body, to be able to actually flex and adapt and be pliable during that depth. Because if I'm holding too much tension in my neck or through my shoulders or even in like the intercostal muscles of my ribs, I'm not going to be able to withstand that pressure. And it's also just going to be harder for me to use my arms, my upper body while I'm at depth. And so this movement is spectacular for it. I actually first picked up a mace because of this movement, and it actually healed my shoulders. I had tons of issues from competitive swimming, a lot of kyphosis. I was using the anterior muscles of my body instead of the posterior muscles. And this was the movement, the 360 with the mace, was the movement that really saved me. And now I use it just to be able to continue to increase the pliability and strength of my upper body, because it requires the core to work to create stability, midline stability specifically. And it requires the shoulders to be very mobile while also being able to use the muscles of the back, like the lats, with a lot of strength. Because when you're in the middle of a pendulum, there's a lot of force that is going through some of those larger muscle groups. And doing the 360 seems to be just the best exercise I've found for being able to strengthen and stabilize my shoulders. So that's why I like to do it. I think it's spectacular for freediving. And if you happen to be a freediver who's watching this, I have a great video on 5 steps to perform this particular movement. And I think that you should go check it out. It's spectacular. I promise your shoulders are gonna feel better than they've ever felt before. You're probably gonna feel more comfortable at depth because your upper body's more pliable. And you're also gonna be definitely feeling stronger if you're doing, like free immersion, and you actually have to use your upper body in a very efficient manner, and you don't want to have extra muscles being tight in your neck because you're kyphotic. So check out the Steel Mace if you haven't yet. If you haven't done the 360, definitely learn that. Again, great video in the description box of this one. So with that, may the flow be with you.